Hello friends, this is Vijay and I hope you are doing well. In this video lecture, we will derive the equation for counter flow heat exchanger. Okay, we have already discussed what is heat exchanger. So heat exchanger is a device in which there is an exchange of heat between the hot fluid and cold fluid. There are various applications of heat exchanger in dairy industries, in chemical industries, in thermal power plant, in a refrigerator. Okay, in compressor, as an intercooler we are using heat exchanger. Okay, in automobile, okay, as a radiator. Okay, so there are so many applications of heat exchanger, and today we derive the equation of LMTD for counter flow. First of all, what is counter flow? So in a counter flow heat exchanger, the direction of hot fluid and cold fluid, okay, it is in opposite direction. Okay, it is called counter flow heat exchanger, and LMTD means logarithmic mean temperature difference. It is defined as the temperature difference which, if constant, would give the same amount of heat transfer as actually occur under variable condition of temperature difference. There are a few exceptions whenever we derive the LMTD equation for counter flow. So at that time we are considering overall heat transfer coefficient is constant. As we know that whenever we are discussing the cases of conduction and convection combined cases, okay, at that time we are considering overall heat transfer coefficient, it remains constant. The flow conditions are steady. Here we are considering steady flow. The specific heat and mass flow rate of both the fluids remain constant. As we know that specific heat, it is a function of temperature. But here, for our simplicity, here we are considering it does not change with respect to temperature, it will remain constant. The next exceptions, there is no loss of heat to the surrounding due to the heat exchange perfectly insulated. Okay, so here system will not reject the heat to the surrounding, because here we are considering the body is perfectly insulated. So only the heat exchange, it will be take place only hot fluid and cold fluid. There is no any heat loss to the surrounding. There is no change of phase either of the fluid during the heat transfer. The changes in potential and kinetic energy are negligible, as well as axial conduction along the tubes of the heat exchanger we are neglecting. Now we derive the equation of LMTD for counter flow. Here you can see that, okay, this is the direction of hot fluid and cold fluid. Okay, both are in opposite direction. Okay, here you can see that TH1 and TH2. Okay, it is the temperature of hot fluid at inlet side, and TH2 means it is the temperature of hot fluid at outlet side. TC1, it is the temperature of cold fluid, and TC2 means it is the temperature of cold fluid at outlet. And theta 1 and theta 2. Okay, it is the temperature difference at inlet side, and this is for outlet side. So theta 1 equal to TH1 minus TC2, and theta 2 equal to TH2 minus TC1. At intermediate section, we are considering a small strip which area is dA, and temperature difference is theta. Okay, and TH and TC, it is the intermediate temperature for hot fluid and cold fluid. Here you can see that from left to right. Okay, here you can see that the direction of hot fluid. Okay, here the temperature of the hot fluid is decreases with respect to the length of the heat exchanger. Okay, same as for cold fluid. In this direction, the temperature of the cold fluid is also decreases. So the heat transfer for hot fluid and cold fluid we are considering negative. Okay, and this is the heat transfer for overall heat transfer coefficient, because whenever we are discussing the cases of conduction and convection combined, at that time we are considering overall heat transfer coefficient. So dq equal to u into dA into delta T. Okay, u means overall heat transfer coefficient, dA means area, and delta T, it is the temperature difference of hot fluid and cold fluid at intermediate section. And for hot fluid, here you can see that with respect to the direction of the heat flow, the hot fluid will reject the heat. So here we are considering negative sign, delta Q equal to mCp delta T, where m dot H is the mass flow rate for hot fluid. Here C suffix pH, it is the specific heat for hot fluid, and dTH, it is the temperature difference for hot fluid. Same as the cold fluid, will receive the heat, but in the direction of the heat flow, the temperature of the cold fluid is decreases. So we are considering negative sign, m dot c Cp into delta T, where m dot c means mass flow rate of cold fluid, specific heat for cold fluid, and temperature difference for cold fluid. This is a general equation of heat flow, mCp delta T. Now, from these two equations, we make the object dTh and dTc. So dTh equal to delta Q, the negative sign will remain as it is, divided by m dot h into Cph. Same here, we make the object dTc equal to delta Q divided by m dot c into Cpc. But we know that m dot h and m dot c, it is the mass flow rate for hot fluid and cold fluid respectively, and Cph and Cpc, specific heat for hot fluid and specific heat for cold fluid, and the product of mass flow rate multiplied by specific heat, it is called heat equivalent, or we can say water equivalent, or heat capacity. Okay, Ch, capital Ch equal to m dot h into Cph, same as for cold fluid. The product of mass flow rate into specific heat, it is equal to heat capacity for cold fluid. So put the value m dot h into Cp equal to Ch. Okay, so dTh equal to delta Q by Ch, and dTc equal to minus dQ by Cc. We have already derived it, equation 1 and equation 2 in previous slide. Okay, now we subtract equation 2 from equation 1. So equation 2 minus equation 1. So from left hand side, dTh minus dTc equal to minus term is common. Here you can see that the minus is common in the equation 1 and equations 2. So it is keep it outside, and the common term is dQ. Okay. So 1 upon Ch minus 1 upon Cc. But we know that dTh minus dTc equal to d theta. Okay. So d theta equal to minus dQ in bracket 1 upon Ch minus 1 upon Cc. Substituting the value of dQ from previous equation. Okay, in previous equation we have already discussed the fundamental equation of heat transfer. Whenever we are considering convection and conduction both, so at that time we are considering overall heat transfer coefficient. So dQ equal to U into dA into delta T. So put the value of dQ equal to U into dA into delta T in this equation. So d theta equal to, instead of dQ, we can write down U into dA into delta T. The negative sign remain as it is, in bracket 1 upon Ch minus 1 upon Cc. Further we simplified this equation, but we know that Th minus Tc, okay, it is the temperature difference at intermediate section. Okay, it is equal to theta. Okay, we have already discussed in previous slide. So put the value of theta instead of Th minus Tc. Okay, so d theta equal to minus U into dA into theta in bracket 1 upon Ch minus 1 upon Cc. Now we continue from previous slide. D theta equal to minus UA dA into theta in bracket 1 upon Ch minus 1 upon Cc. So here you can see that we separate the theta term on one side and the remaining term on another side. Okay, so this theta is in numerator. Whenever it is multiplied with this term, so it is in denominator. So d theta by theta equal to minus U into dA in bracket 1 upon Ch minus 1 upon Cc. Here you can see that at section 1, when area A equal to 0, here you can see that at section 1, A equal to 0. At origin the area is 0, and here the area A equal to A at section 2. So we are considering limits at section 1 A equal to 0, and at section 2 A equal to A. So put the limit in this equation and we integrate this equation. So integration from 1 to 2 d theta by theta equal to, here we are considering two limit, A equal to 0 at section 1 and A equal to at section 2. Okay, but we know that the integration of 1 upon theta is log theta, and whenever we apply the upper limit and lower limit, so log theta 2 minus log theta 1, and we know that as per the logarithmic rules, the subtraction of log, it is also in the ratio form, ln theta 2 by theta 1 equal to, this is a constant term, so it is keep it outside, u, and 1 upon ch and minus 1 upon cc, it is a constant term. Here only the variable is dA, and we know that the integration of dA is a, and whenever we put the upper limit and lower limit, it is equal to a. Okay, so this is the simplified form of this equation. Now the total heat transfer rate between the two fluid is given by, in previous slide we have already derived this equation, Q equal to Ch, Th1 minus Th2 for hot fluid, and this is for cold fluid. So find out the value of 1 upon Ch and 1 upon Cc from this equation, and put this value in this equation of theta 2 by theta 1. So 1 upon Ch equal to, this term is in denominator, right now it is in numerator, whenever it is multiplied, cross multiplication. So 1 upon Ch equal to Th1 minus Th2 divided by Q, same for whenever we compare Q with this term. So 1 upon Cc equal to Tc2 minus Tc1 divided by Q. Now we substitute the value of 1 upon Ch and 1 upon Cc in equation 3. So ln theta 2 by theta 1 equal to minus ua, 1 upon Ch equal to Th1 minus Th2 divided by Q, and 1 upon Cc equal to Tc2 minus Tc1 divided by Q. Further we simplified this equation. So ln theta 2 by theta 1 equal to minus ua, here the Q term is common in denominator, so it is keep it outside, and rearrange this term in such a way that theta 1 equal to Th1 minus Tc2 and theta 2 equal to Th2 minus Tc1. Okay, so here you can see that Th1 minus Tc2, Th1 minus Tc2 equal to theta 1, and Th2, here the minus term is there, so whenever it is multiplied with this bracket, so it is remain as it is. Okay, minus Tc1, it is equal to theta 2. So ln theta 2 by theta 1 equal to minus ua by q divided by q equal to, we know that theta 1 equal to Th1 minus Tc2, it is the temperature difference of hot fluid and cold fluid. Okay, this is the inlet of hot fluid and this is the outlet of cold fluid, it is equal to theta 1, and theta 2 equal to this is the outlet of hot fluid and this is the inlet of cold fluid. Okay, Th2 minus Tc1. So put the value of theta 1 and theta 2 from this diagram in this equation. So this minus term is multiplied with this bracket, so it is rearranged, theta 2 minus theta 1. So ln theta 2 by theta 1 equal to ua divided by q into theta 2 minus theta 1. Now we make the object q. So q equal to this term in denominator, whenever it is multiplied with this term. So right now it is in numerator, and whenever the cross multiplication is there, so at that time it is in denominator. So q equal to ua theta 2 minus theta 1 divided by ln theta 2 by theta 1. Since q equal to ua theta m, where theta m, it is the ratio of theta 2 minus theta 1 divided by ln theta 2 by theta 1, or we can say theta 1 minus theta 2 divided by ln theta 1 by theta 2. Theta m means it is the logarithmic mean temperature difference. For a counter flow unit, it is always greater than that for a parallel flow unit. Hence, counter flow heat exchanger can transfer more heat than parallel flow one. In other words, a counter flow heat exchanger needs a smaller heating surface for the same rate of heat transfer. Thank you friends for watching this video. I hope this content it will be helpful to you.